Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into combat sports, motivation, and real stories from inside the fight game, you're in the right place. Today I've got a special guest, a veteran of the game, pro boxer whose family name is synonymous with the fight game. We're going to talk about training, recent fights, and what it's really like to chase greatness in this sport. Let's give a big welcome to Dan Daman Craycraft. What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Going great, going great. So first question. Your family has a deep history in the sport of boxing. Can you give our audience a brief history of your family's boxing history?
Okay. My grandfather was a professional fighter out of Detroit, Michigan. He was 116 pounds. He never fought over 116. A little man, and he taught his sons, my dad and my uncles, the art. And though he was a pro, my dad and my uncle never turned pro. They fought just you know uh, small smokers around the neighborhood, and he handed it down to me. We started a gym when I was really young, and that's it.
Yeah,
Really, yeah.
went
I
from there.
handed it down to my sons.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. What specifically made you love boxing?
Uh, the one-on-one, uh, not being able to. I love football too, but not being able to be like my team member was slacking, so we lost.
Yeah,
It's all on. It's all on me. Like, and I like that part of it. Not being able to put it off on no one else.
yeah, mano y mano. You
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
you've been competing for a few years now. What would you describe as your defining moment in the sport?
Uh, we beat Edgar Santana in D.C. and I or Baltimore, Maryland. It was not in D.C. Uh, when we beat him, I thought that was
Yeah,
a pretty,
that's the one.
pretty,
That's the one you can point to. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What is your advice to young pros in the twilight of their careers?
Dude, never give up on the grind. It gets old, but and it's tiresome. You're trying to work a job and stay in shape, but you never know when you're gonna get that call that you can't turn down.
Yeah,
That that you're gonna have to get after, and you just want to be prepared for that shot.
sure. Okay, you're in a unique position. You're like the LeBron of the boxing world. I've seen in your recent promotions you are fighting on the same card as your son. Describe the feeling of being able to compete on the same stage with your son.
I'm not for sure it's describable, but um, we he I coached him in football when he was a young man, and it was third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade in midget league, and then he went off to play college ball, and then he came home and started playing semi-pro football, and I went and tried out for the team, got to play 2 years semi-pro ball with him,
Yeah,
and I've always coached him in boxing, and thought I would be done by the time he turned pro, but I it's a memory that I'll have forever. That's for sure. I'm just excited about being able to compete professionally on the same card as him.
yeah, that's amazing, bro. Like I couldn't, I couldn't imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like right now where I'm at, like I'm like, man. I mean, I got sons that are old enough that like the age, like it could happen, like you know what I mean, in the
yeah,
next couple of years,
yeah.
but it would be crazy. It would be like, right? I'm sure. Did you see it coming? Did you see like when he turned pro, like, oh yeah, we might fight on the same card.
No, I I thought I was done fighting. I got shot in the head. Uh, so about the time that I could have done anything at, at that time when he was first turning pro to be able to compete. So it's some years. It's been 5 years since then. So I feel now that I'm good enough to back together well enough mentally to be
Yeah,
able to fight again. I didn't see it happening. Uh, the Columbus Dispatch did an article when I was younger in fighting, and they asked me what the plan for the future was, and I told them I think I'd fight until I was 42, and then pointed at him, Trayvon, which was 3 at the time, and I said then I think he'll take over, and kind of just called it, and I'll be damned if he didn't end up growing up and turning pro as well.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Will there be more promotions where you and Trey fight on the same card?
I'm definitely going to put on some more shows, but it's been so hectic, uh, and my nerves. I would much rather just worry about me fighting or him fighting. Like I don't never really worry about me, but when he fights, I get tore up. So my nerves is crazy.
Yeah, and
So I don't
that
know.
goes to another question that I actually I had. I said, take us into your training. You're in a unique position as a coach and active fighter. How do you juggle the two? And do you feel that it helps your coaching still being active?
It's definitely me being able to spar with him constantly has brought so much back to me mentally. You know, stuff I'd forgot, stuff that we didn't work on before I was back sparring all the time. It does open up a lot more. It opens up me as a coach better when I am training. Except I feel like we had to get mitts in this morning because tonight I'll be getting work in the gym and won't get to get him as much time.
Yeah,
So uh, it's a double edged sword, kind
yeah,
of. I don't
yeah,
want to take away from him fighting for a title and stuff by me training for my fight. So I try to make sure he's getting ample time, and then I'm still getting myself in shape.
yeah. Prioritize for sure because
Yeah,
I'm going through a similar difficulty. A guy, a young guy, he's like 13, but he's making like he's about to fight his first amateur fight, and
yeah.
but I'm fighting on the same card. So I'm like,
Uh-huh.
hey, I gotta I'm got a
Preparing
fight coming
yourself
up June
in.
7th, but I'm like, listen, I'm gonna take this time right now that I got set aside to get you as ready as possible because I know I'm gonna have to get into fight mode, you know, and I don't know that I'm gonna be able to like be as just concerned about you as it is when I'm just training you and I'm not having to fight too. So it's hard. That's a hard thing to juggle.
Yeah,
It's hard.
for sure.
All right. In the effort of time, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, tell the people where they can follow your journey and drop those social media handles.
Uh, Craycraft Boxing Camp on Facebook, Daniel Craycraft on Facebook, Hard Hitting Crew on Snap, uh, Daniel Craycraft on Instagram.
Okay. Okay. And shout out your gym too, where you're training out of, and who's been in your corner helping you out.
Yeah, my father, Larry Craycraft, runs Craycraft Boxing Camps. Been in my corner for almost every one of my fights, even the 45 pro fights. He's the man that I go to for anything with boxing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And last one, where can people catch your next fight or contest? Let's get the crowd out for you.
Yeah, uh, Mason County Beatdown, uh, the 31st of this month in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Massive thank you to Dan Daman Craycraft for pulling up and sharing the behind the scenes of this crazy sport. If you're watching, hit that like button, subscribe for more fighter interviews, and drop a thumbs up in the comments if you want to see Dan back to the channel after his next fight. Until next time, wipe your nose, I'll wipe it for you. My name's Mikhail Deadshot Bowie, and this is Punch for Punch.